College Algebra, topic 1.5. We want to factor these polynomials. First, I look for greatest common factors, and this one has none. Then I look for LCDs. LCDs, or least common denominators, are found by the fact that we have fractions. So we have a 2 here, so the LCD will be 1/2. So this means that this function was originally multiplied by 1/2. So we're going to reverse the process. So it used to be 1/2 times what? To find out what this used to be, we're going to multiply this all by 2. So multiply this by 2, we get 2x to the 6. Multiply this by 2, we get 7x cubed. Multiply this by 2, we get 6. And now we have a monomial times a trinomial, and I'm going to factor this trinomial into 2 binomials. So 1/2, and then the binomial. Alright, so 2x to the 6, let's factor that into 2x to the 3rd times x to the 3rd. And for 6, let's factor that into 3 times 2. So 3 times 2. So doing the inside outside of the FOIL, we have 3x cubed, and here we have 4x cubed. My signs need to be the same, and I need to have a 7x cubed. So plus plus will give me the 7x cubed and keep the signs the same. So plus plus, and this has now been factored. Now, furthermore, this right here, there's no greatest common factors, but we do see that they're fractions, so there will be LCDs, or an LCD, least common denominator. And we have 4 and a 2, so the least common denominator will be 4. So we know that someone multiplied this by a 1/4, or should I say they divided it all by 4 in order to get these fractions. So let's reverse the process by multiplying by 4. So 4 times 3 is 12, divided by 4 gives us 3x to the 4th. 4 times 5 is 20, divided by 2 is 10, or negative 10, x squared. And 4 times 2 is negative 8. Again, we multiplied all this by 4 in order to get the original polynomial. Now I'm going to factor this polynomial, this trinomial, into 2 binomials. So it would be 1/4, and here are my 2 parentheses. So factoring the first term, 3x to the 4th, into 3x squared times x squared. Then let's factor the 8. Let's factor the 8 into, let's say, let's try 2 times 4. So 2 times 4. Doing the inside of FOIL, we get 2x squared and 12x squared. And according to this sign, we need the signs to be different. And we need a negative 10x squared. So to get a negative 10x squared, we have to have a positive 2 and a negative 12. So positive, negative, positive, negative. And so now we have a monomial and 2 binomials. But this binomial here is a difference of 2 squares, so this can be factored into 2 more binomials. So this becomes 1/4 times 3x squared plus 2 times x minus 2, x plus 2. And so this function originally was 1/4 times 3 binomials. Okay. Now we have a 4-term polynomial, and again, I don't see any greatest common factors, so we'll look for the LCDs, least common denominator. We have 3, 3, 2, and 2, so the least common denominator will be a 6. So someone must have divided the original polynomial by 6. So let's put a 1/6 here and figure out what the original polynomial was. To do that, we're going to multiply the original by, or the original problem here, by 6. So 6 times 2/3 will be 4x cubed, and the next will be positive 4x squared, and 6 times negative 3/2 will be negative 9x, and 6 times negative 3/2 will be negative 9. Okay. Now I'm going to factor again. Again, there are no greatest common factors, but I can take out the greatest common factor in just these 2 as a group. So this will be grouping. So this will be 1/6. I convert my parentheses into brackets because I want to use my parentheses inside for the GCFs. So 4x squared times x plus 1. And here, the greatest common factor here, or the GCF, will be negative 9. So negative 9 times x plus 1. Now, pulling out all my GCFs, I will have 1/6 x plus 1, and that leaves behind the 4x squared minus 9. Now, the binomial 4x squared minus 9 is the difference of two squares, so this can be factored further. So this will be 1/6 x plus 1, 2x minus 3 times 2x plus 3. And so this has factored into the original problem of multiplication, 1/6 times x plus 1 times 2x minus 3 times 2x plus 3.